Welcome again, everybody, to another edition of Papa Bojo's Kitchen. Today, we're going to make braciole. For the braciole, I've got 5 pieces of chip steak. And this chip steak just means thin steak. This is thin, round, bottom round steak. I've got some olive oil. I've got 3 hard-boiled eggs, diced up onion, about, maybe 3/4 of a cup. I've got a cup of, actually it's a cup of Italian breadcrumbs. I've got 1/2 cup of parsley, about 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese grated. I've got 1 large clove of garlic diced. We've got some salami sliced thin. We got some provolone cheese, and we've got homemade marinara sauce that I made today. So we're going to start assembling that. I also have string. I'm going to be stringing these together or tying them. Instead of using a big toothpick type thing, I use string, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's get ready and let's assemble the braciole. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the breadcrumb mixture. So we're going to take, very simply, add the breadcrumbs, add the onions, add the parsley, the Parmesan cheese, and the garlic, and mix it all together with your hand. Next, we lay out the steaks. I've got 5 here, and I'm laying them out on wax paper. The first thing we do is we add the breadcrumb mixture to the top of all of these. Then you spread the breadcrumbs evenly across the surface and press down. Next, you drizzle some olive oil over each one of them, and you press down firmly again. Next, you add salami pieces on top of the breadcrumbs. Next, you add provolone cheese. You can use mozzarella as well. Next, you quarter the hard-boiled eggs, and you place them towards the narrow end first, and then halfway up. So when you roll them, you get the egg rolled properly. And once you have them all filled, now it's time for rolling, and I'll show you how to do them individually. This is how I roll and tie them. Now that the braciole are all made, it's time to put them in the casserole with the sauce and get ready to bake them. Start by putting a layer of your marinara sauce in the bottom. And this is to insulate it so that they don't burn. Once you have it layered, then you start adding the braciole. Once they're all added, then you layer all of your sauce around and in between them. We'll now wrap this tightly with aluminum foil, and we're going to bake this in a preheated 375 degrees Fahrenheit oven for 1.5 hours. So it's almost been a full 90 minutes, and our braciole are done. Let's take them out of the oven and see what we got. Ah, yes. Careful, they're going to be hot, and you can see all that steam. Let's take a closer look. We're going to take these out and put them on a plate and put some Parmesan cheese on them and let them cool for about maybe 20 minutes or so. take a look at this sauce that's left with all the cheese and the breadcrumb flavors and everything all mixed together. We're going to use this with some great pasta. Next, we have to remove the strings. Take this, now that we've taken all of the strings off, we're going to take and put some of this sauce on top of each of these, and then you guessed it, we've got to add more Parmesan cheese like snowflakes on a mountaintop. And these are, it's not the finished product yet, but this is what it looks like before we slice these babies open. Now we're going to cut this into 3 pieces. Look at this. So we have our braciole cut, we've got it plated, we've got sauce, and I've got some pasta. So now it's time for us to plate. First thing I'm going to do, I've got some nice bowl pasta here that I mixed in with the sauce from the braciole. Now I'm going to take from the braciole that I made previously, I'm going to plate these 3 around like so. Wash my hands. I'm going to add some sauce to these beautiful bowl pasta. Look how nice and thick and rich this sauce is with all the flavors of the braciole. And I'm going to add a little bit of sauce, adapt to each of those. Sprinkle of some Parmesan cheese. And there you have it, a nice plate of braciole with some pasta. You can use any pasta you want. I chose to do bows, but that's braciole, everybody. I hope you try this. I hope you enjoy it. This is fantastic. It's really a lot easier than it looks, and it looks pretty simple. So I want to thank you all again for joining me in another edition of Papa Bojo's Kitchen. I hope to see you guys again soon. And take it easy, everybody. Buon appetito. Bye.